After Islam Makhachev just broke Anderson Silva's UFC win, one YouTuber decided that the takeaway was that it was the worst possible outcome for the sport, and I really have to come out of retirement to tell him that's not the case, and he's presenting his opinions as facts. Let's talk about why did that take false spots. You actually look at the scorecard criteria, and why boring and undeserving are not the same argument. Let's be fair and show exactly what he said. He called the decision the worst possible outcome for the main event. His argument was, outside the round 2 head kick, Makhachev's control and back take in round 5 didn't do damage, so it shouldn't have won him the fight. He argued, takedowns have to be scored differently if you do nothing with them. That's the actual claim. Now let's bring down why it doesn't hold up against the facts. Under the unified rules of mixed martial arts, the actual criteria every state athletic commission trains judges on, there are 3 scoring factors in order of priority: effective striking and grappling, effective aggression, and fighting area control. Notice what's not required: finishing damage. Cage control and top position have always counted, with or without follow-up strikes. That's not a loophole, that's literally one of the 3 pillars judges are told to weigh on. So when Guru says takedowns have to be scored differently if you do nothing with them, he's not making a scoring critique, he's proposing a different rule set than the one that exists and presenting his own opinions as if it's the standard being violated. Let's go round by round. Because he did nothing, that's what Guru said about Islam Makhachev in round 5, undersells what actually happened. In round 2, of course, Makhachev landed a head kick that dropped Garry, and he also used a head and arm throw, which was really a thing of beauty. That's not disputed. This is the round he's really upset about. Makhachev took Garry's back and controlled him. No, there wasn't a finishing sequence of strikes, but sustained back control against a durable live opponent in the championship rounds with no answer from the guy underneath him. That is textbook effective grappling and area control under the criteria judges use. Compare that to what Garry did in the frame. If the rate is whoever did more to advance their position and control the pace of the round should win it, that's Makhachev, clearly, and not Ian Garry. The real argument being made, here's the thing. I actually think there's a legitimate version of Guru's complaint. If his argument is grappling control heavy decision makes for a less exciting viewing experience, sure, that's a fair stylistic opinion. Plenty of fans want more finishes and more damage, but that's a different argument than the scoring was wrong or this was the worst possible outcome. Conflating I didn't enjoy watching it with the judges got it wrong is the actual issue here. Stressing up a taste preference as a rule violation. Worth noting, this isn't the first time Guru's commentary about Makhachev has drawn scrutiny. He's been pulled out publicly, including by fighters and other media figures for inflammatory remarks in the past. I bring that up not to make this personal, but because it's useful context for why his hottest takes get amplified regardless of whether the underlying argument holds up. Makhachev is now 17-0 in a row. That's a UFC record. You can find him stylistically frustrating to watch. That's fair. But calling a fight the worst possible outcome because the winner controlled rather than finished isn't a scoring critique. It's a preference dressed up as one. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments and subscribe for UFC 330 breakdown series. Peace.